hour or so late. I had to do some shit for my mom, but it's all good. So we're just gonna jump right into the fucking grinding of this fucking interview as we've been doing, bro. Just gonna keep cooking it per usual. We're moving through it pretty slow, but it's because I love monologuing over it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's important for y'all boys to be able to understand how I feel about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Or why else would you be watching the fam leader? Why else would you be a part of the fam? Why else would you be watching this fucking stream? You know what I'm saying? So
with guns. Men enforce feminism. Men project force.
yeah, man, what the fuck, guys? Just get right back into it. What the fuck? Why'd we do this to ourselves? Why'd we give them rights? That was so stupid. We're so dumb for that. God, gosh.
If women really wanted to fight the patriarchy, and they don't, trust me, the reason they say they want to fight the patriarchy is because the patriarchy doesn't fight back. If it became a real fight,
Yeah.
patriarchy versus women, it would last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And when the riot horses start storming in with the batons, women would very quickly get back in the kitchen. So there's no such thing as female power. It's given to them by men, and it's given to them by subsects of men who are actually trying to damage masculinity. It's very interesting. Imagine it this way.
Yeah, and this is also why to say that it's not actually men, it's not actually women's fault for all the bullshit they do. It's always been our fault. And even the worst, even in a worse way, it's evil men's fault. It's men who don't understand women's fault for this, right? You see, guys who actually like women and like to protect women say shit about women. They criticize women. They say women are stupid for doing this. Women can't take care of themselves. Women need a man there. Women need a man for this. Women should listen to men. Men who say these things, it's not because they're misogynists or they hate women or they incels or whatever buzzword is used. It's almost always because of a deep understanding of women. It's of understanding the fact that no, women are at their best when they have a man leading their life. And it's because they prioritize emotion. They're not more emotional than us. God, it's like this weird shit that we do that makes men seem like they're unemotional. Like, oh, women are more emotional than men. No, they just prioritize emotion more than men. We prioritize emotion less because if we do not prioritize logic, we can't protect the people that prioritize emotion, which is who? Women and children. So we have to be the more logically sound individuals to make sure shit gets done and niggas get protected, right? And provision for it, whatever. So we can't afford to just be thinking with our emotions. So it's not that women are more emotional than us. It's more that they just prioritize it. And that's bad. This is why women constantly need to have a masculine man in their life to make sure that they don't make stupid decisions. Because they do if they're left to their own devices more often than not. See, example, the current destruction of the West and American society. Because we've let them do whatever they want. We've let them lead their lives, right? Everything that is bad that is happening in society right now is strictly because we let women do whatever the fuck they want to do. Like, I'm be honest. Like, you can name any issue and it'll be like, we let women do whatever they want to do, right? Why is everything expensive? We let women work. So now we double the workforce. So now everything is fucking expensive. Oh, why do we have third world immigrants fucking running up in the country and destroying all the shit and whatever? Well, because we let women vote. And women are like, oh my God, they're just little babies that need taken care of. So let's just give them free stuff that you men with your taxes that work very hard, you have to pay for these niggas because I said it, I voted for it. So that is another issue we now have. Why are people not having children anymore? Well, women are deciding to work their 20s away instead of having wonderful families and babies and children. So now no one's having fucking kids anymore, or they wait till they're fucking 30 and they can only pop out 2 of them little motherfuckers. And yeah. So it's like every problem we have, or why are niggas shooting each other in the street? Why are these young black men running around shooting each other in the street? Oh, well, that's because the black community is a matriarchy, meaning women are empowered because women are the ones who lead all the households because all the men are either dead or in jail. So, yeah, women are leading those communities. That's why the black community is the way it is. It's like every single issue when you look at it, it's because we let women make their own choices. And because we let them make their own choices, they make really bad decisions that fuck all of us up. It's all gay. It's super gay. It's so fucking gay. It's so fucking gay. But yeah, that's kind of just the situation we're in, y'all. And things are just honestly not going to get better until we finally realize that, you know what, women are retarded. You know what, women are stupid. We should take care of them. Not to insult them or because women are retarded or stupid, it's a bad thing. It's just more that they just prioritize emotions. So for that reason, we need to take care of them like they are children, right? Because they basically are children, because that's what children do. Children are emotional and they don't think with their heads. So men need to be there to be able to lay down the law and lead their lives, because we let them do what we want. And we've really tried this shit too, y'all, by the way. We've really tried this feminism shit. We've tried it. We really have. We've really let them do whatever they want. They can abort whatever babies they want to do. They can work a job if they want to. They can vote. They can do all these things. But it's like, at what cost, y'all? Now nobody has children. There's no more nuclear families. Everything is expensive. Women are on fucking mental health mental health medication. Like, is this the ideal that we wanted? So, pulling this all the way back to the point, there's evil men that are in power, mainly liberals and Democrats, that push these horrible ideas onto women because they don't actually like women. And the real niggas who criticize women and say women to women to their face that they're fucking stupid and retarded actually care about them, which is why we say this. But the niggas who actually hate women won't say these things, will push horrible ideas on women that actively hurts them in the long term and not care because they're lining their pockets and they just generally have evil agendas. So real niggas got to call this shit out. So yeah, that's your little lesson today on why everything is cooked. We let women do whatever they want, or evil men decided to let women do whatever they want. It's destroying society. And real niggas are standing up, like me and Tate here, and being like, what the fuck? This is dumb, which it is. And the evidence is here. This is not me just, oh, I'm just deciding this is stupid. It's just like everything in society and current culture points to why this is bad. Like, you don't need to be a rocket science to understand that letting women do whatever they want has caused so many problems. Shit has. So
Every single man out there is fucked, and every single man out there has a past. So
let me
every
know if that
single
shit
man
all
out
made
there
sense, by the
can have
way,
all of his
in
exes
the chat.
contacted and find the Jezebels who want money and can be attacked. So why does it only happen to some men? Well, women are the conduit for attack, and the different groups of men decide to use women as a conduit to attack their enemies. Feminism is a group of men using women against other men. That's all it is. Women are the tools, and women are the
My
symptoms.
mama.
Women can't change society. Bonnie
Women have always been the tools. You like, you know what niggas use, for niggas or gangbangers or street niggas, how they always set niggas up. You know what they do? They use women. They love using women. They rap about this shit all the time. They're like, how bitches will set other niggas up. Like, oh, a girl will hit you up and you think you're about to get some play, right? So you're like, oh yeah, I'm about to get some play. This bitch is down to fuck, whatever. So you slide at her crib. All of a sudden, niggas are pointing guns in your face. Give me all your shit. Because women are always a tool to manipulate other men, right? The guy who getting into slightly Israel politics and all the other bullshit. The guy who basically snitched on Israel's nuclear program to like basically expose to the world that, hey guys, Israel actually has nukes and none of y'all know. So they were able to capture him using a woman. I can't remember exactly the where he was captured in. It might have been in France. I think he went to France because he thought he was going to get some play from a Jewish girl, right? So he goes to this Jewish girl and then he actually ends up getting ambushed and captured because he thought he was going to get play from this girl, but really the Israelis captured him because he exposed the fact that Israel actually has nuclear bombs. Ain't that wild? So this is how hoes are always used as a tool, bro. You think hoes are the ones that are actually doing anything? You think feminism is real from a woman's standpoint? No, it's just men. It's men controlling women to do bad things. Women don't do anything. Women just look good and have babies. We are the ones who manipulate women to do things for us. That's always how it's been. So it's just funny when you think about it like that. At least.
can't change anything. She's a symptom of the society she grew up in.
She
Because
thinks
she can't.
She thinks she can change men's mental health.
No, she's
What
saying
she
she
just
can
said.
help with men's mental health, but she can't change society. Women, by and large, can't do anything. Women can march all day, every day. Nobody gives a fuck.
If you saw women marching now,
Unless they're butt naked. If they're butt naked, oh yeah, we pay nigga, we paying attention. Not to what they really talk about, but like, oh damn, is she bad? She bad? That's what we paying attention to.
and I'd look and think, oh fucking hell, what have they done? Chipped a nail? If I saw a men,
That's called a
marching, I'd think,
revolution.
God, something's going wrong. Something's
Because
happening.
men
I
can
should
be violent.
concerned.
So she is a symptom of society. And what I'm saying is, unless you're prepared to stand up and say the entire society needs rewiring, women shouldn't be allowed to vote anymore.
Which is true.
Women should not be having
And if you think they should, you're a retard.
sex outside of wedlock. Unless you're going to start saying all of these things, you shouldn't have an opinion on Bonnie. Your opinion on Bonnie should be she is the end result of the society we have built and promoted. She is acting how society has told her to act to get as far ahead as possible. She is being extremely successful financially. She's notorious. She's sitting with one of the most famous men on the fucking planet. She's done a fantastic job for herself, built on the parameters that we've given her to live within.
Yeah.
Here's the rules of the game. She's played the game the best. If you're unhappy with what she's doing, change the rules of the game. But when men sit here and go, no, women should vote, and yeah, I listen to my wife, and I listen to her opinions, and me and my wife are best friends, and I love what women think, but
So
Bonnie shouldn't
stupid.
do that. That's hypocritical and stupid. That's dumb. All women, to some degree, are sex working. And the reason I respect what Bonnie's doing,
At least now. I mean, that's just kind of what it is now. Like, because they don't have children anymore. Like, I think what's scary, I think one of the scariest things is right now. Now, I'll yap a little bit about this too, because I think it's important. Like, if you really clock it and think about it right now, women actually have no masters anymore. They literally have no master. Understand, for us as men, we still have masters, meaning we have been propped up from birth to perform, to protect and provide for women, for our family that we will eventually have, right? Like from the minute you were born, you were told, hey man, you got to become successful. Hey man, you got to become rich. You got to do all these things, not just for yourself. It's never been just do this just for you. It's always been do this so you can have a wife, so you can have children, so you can take care of someone, so you can protect something, right? That's always been the reason. And before, back then, 1950s and before that, it's been okay for a woman. It's just you go from your father's house to your husband's house, right? And then you respect your husband and you take care of his children and you nurture your family. You see, women were immediately given a role. Everything was clear, everything was understood, nothing was confusing. We were cooking, bro. We were cooking. Everybody was just doing their thing. Niggas were cooking, being dependable, being important, being masculine, taking care of their family financially. Everything was great. The kids were doing well, going to school. Everything was lit, right? And then from the female side, women were not whores. They were not fucking random dudes. They were going from their husband's house to they were going to from their father's house to their husband's house, right? And then they had his kids and took care of his kids, cooked, cleaned, everything was great. But now we created a situation through feminism where basically women don't have any masters anymore. They have no role to play. Feminism was basically said, here, women, you used to have a role and a bigger purpose that you were a part of that you felt fulfilled doing. Now, here's nothing. Because we've essentially given them nothing to do. If you guys really think about it, they literally have nothing to do. Because we're saying go make money, but then it's like, then what? Because they make money, but who do they make money for other than themselves? Right? Because they still want a man who makes money. So clearly their money doesn't matter. Their money is their money. Whereas our money is their money. Understand? So that means from even a male perspective, we don't even care about their money. Okay, so they can't play a role for us financially, or their money doesn't matter because it's theirs. They're not doing it for a husband or they're not doing it for their children. They're just kind of making money just to fuck around with themselves and fly to Dubai and get fucked by some top tier guy, which is really what the situation is. Now it's just like, hey, ladies, just go fuck all the guys you want to fuck, make money for nobody else, and basically have no purpose. That's what we've said. That's what has been marketed to women for the past 5 decades. Do whatever you want, girl. The world is your oyster. You can have it all. But the thing is, have what? We're saying have it all, but if you try to chase 2 rabbits, you end up catching none of them, correct? So and we've told women to chase 1,000,000 rabbits. So now they're not capturing anything. It's literally we've just given women the opportunity to hop on a cock carousel and never be happy ever again. That's essentially what we've done. That's the role we've decided is best for women to play. Instead of them being in the house, raising children, right? We've decided, no, go fuck random guys until you get bored of it. and then after that, marry some random dude you don't even like, and divorce him, and then raise his kids unhappily, is what we've given women to do. So this is why you need always a higher purpose, and this is why we as men give women the higher purpose of taking care of children. Because for men, we can always be fulfilled if we live up to our burden of protecting and providing for a family. This is why we're able to suffer for our family, because we have the purpose to where the suffering is meaningful. We're going through the suffering, we're going through this pain, we're working so hard for someone else, which makes it worthwhile. Now we're basically telling women, go suffer. They might not see it as suffering with them going to work and then getting fucked by random dudes that will never wife them. We say, go suffer for no reason. You're just doing this just for your own desires. There's no higher purpose or reason for you doing this shit. Just go do this shit. Like, this is what we do, and this shit is inherently evil, my niggas. Like, how can you sit here and hear what I've just described to you and not think to yourself, well, damn, this sounds kind of fucked up? It is. And only real niggas are seeing through this shit and being like, this is dumb. Letting these bitches do whatever they want is fucking stupid. They have no higher purpose. They have no masters, right? They're just spiraling into nonsense. And as I mentioned earlier in the stream, this is why so many women are on antidepressants now, because this is what happens when you have no purpose. This is what happens when you're acting for no reason, or you just act on yourself. It's almost like God always punishes you for not having a higher purpose, for not serving anyone. God always punishes you. When you're just serving yourself, God will always punish you for it. So that's my little monologue on that, which is why like things are so fucked and why women are hurt now more than they ever were before, apparently in the home, which was honestly propaganda to say that these bitches were unhappy when they were in the house and taking care of kids. Like, it's just objectively wrong. So just absolutely crazy, y'all.
It's because Bonnie's making her own money with her own brains and being very honest and open about what she's doing. I respect what Bonnie's doing far more than the girls who have attacked me for rape charges, who got with me, asked for money.
You know what's funny too? This nigga literally just got fucking, I think some bitch came out with a book. What was her name? Laura Sutter came out with a book accusing this nigga of raping her. This is what bitches do with their freedom, y'all. They accuse niggas of raping them to sell books. Is this really where we at now in 2025, bro? This is the freedom we gave them. This is the freedom we gave them, y'all. Just stupid. Just so dumb. I don't understand, bro. Just so stupid.
I said no and then tried to put me in jail for it. That's sex work, but it's just criminal. It's just disingenuous. I respect Bonnie a lot more than the woman who goes out there and gets married to a man she barely loves and divorces him 2 years.
Yeah, and this is why, like, even now more than ever, it's so dangerous, bro. And I'm just gonna keep saying this every stream because it's for you guys that have massive ambitions for your life. Like, the more important you become, the more dangerous it will be to deal with women. It's like weird. It's like it's actually better to fuck with chicks when you're a nobody than it is when you are somebody nowadays. That's the situation we're in with giving women no accountability for their actions. Like, allowing women to have the ability to sleep with whoever they want. And then after said period, they're able to be like, you know what? That nigga raped me. Like, and then be able to just falsely accuse a nigga and then ruin that nigga's name. Like, that nigga will lose brand deals, opportunities, money, whatever it is. Like, he'll lose so much support and endorsements because some girl who suddenly decided 2 years later that she got raped can just say, oh, he raped me. Like, just stupid. This is why, like, the more successful you guys become, the more careful you have to be with when you deal with women. It's almost like as your status and your money increases, you have to keep more receipts on the women you deal with. Like, you have to have data. You have to have cameras in your crib. You have to keep all the text messages. You have to have eyewitnesses that you were with this girl at some point and people saw you and people can defend you. You know what I'm saying? Like, the like the more famous you become, the more data you need to collect on the women that you're with to make sure now that if she even slightly thinks about coming out with an allegation, you just start dropping receipts everywhere. Like, nope, look at on this date, I first saw her. We went to here. Here's the picture here. Here's all the camera recordings of this. This is her being excited to see me. This is this. This is that. Like, bro, you need to have all that data nice and ready. And this is why I fucking hate now, bro. Because I'm on the come up and I'm like, damn, can't even fuck around with them. Like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, I can't even fuck around with no hoes, man. Cause I'm scared, which I should be. You should be concerned about this, bro. Cause you niggas are gonna be winners, and I want you all to be winners. So, like, this is genuinely gonna be a concern for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's genuinely going to be a concern because if you are any hot-blooded man with a lot of testosterone, you're going to want to fuck with girls. And it's just so unfortunate we live in this day and age where you have to become way more protective over yourself the more successful you become when it comes to dealing with chicks, right? Even though it's almost like the more successful you become, the more money that you make, the more women are attracted to you. But it also has the backwards effect of when you have all these women attracted to you, all of these women can also falsely accuse you if you do anything with that. Because once again, we're in a situation where a woman can wait 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years before turning around and suddenly saying she was raped. And she can come up with whatever excuse she wants to for why, for the past 6 years, she said nothing. I'm telling you, these hoes will literally wait 6 years, y'all. They will wait 6 years and say nothing for 6 years. And then suddenly out of nowhere, right when you get that brand deal, right when you make all that money, right when you win that one competition, right when you start blowing up, all of a sudden you was raping niggas. Crazy, y'all. Just absolutely crazy.
Later and takes half of his estate. I respect Bonnie a lot more than the women who are out in Dubai dating 5 or 6, 7 different men, just getting handbags and rent and all of this stuff and pretending to be an angel and putting boss chick working real estate on her fucking Instagram. All these women are doing the same shit. But Bonnie's open about it. Bonnie's honest about it.
But hold on, I actually want to
This
hear
stuff
back
with
what he
women
just
who are
said
out in
there.
Dubai dating 5 or 6, 7 different men, just getting handbags and rent and all of this stuff and pretending to be an angel and putting boss chick working real estate on her fucking Instagram.
And that's what I'm saying. When you see those girls' Instagrams, you know, in their highlights where they have like, I don't know where these bitches fucking go. Like, I don't know, Maui, Dubai. You know, in the highlights where they put all the locations, they've been Aruba, Colombia, like Malibu, Bahamas. She's sponsored, bro. Niggas are sponsoring that shit. She's selling box basically for trips. Just understand that. Because you're probably thinking to yourself, how is she affording to go all these places? Does this bitch have a job? No. Well, she does have a job. She's a sex worker. Undercover. Undercover sex worker.
All these women are doing the same shit. But Bonnie's open about it. Bonnie's honest about it. If you want to be with Bonnie, and Bonnie, you were married, if I believe, or you had a
I'm
boyfriend.
still going through a divorce.
Okay, yeah. If you want to be with Bonnie, you know what you're getting. That's your decision. That's your prerogative.
Hold
That's
on.
honest. That's great.
How old is Bonnie? Bro, I literally switched this up last like 2 streams ago and I forgot now. I think she should be in her 20s. She's 26 years old.
Most of these men out here are married to women just the same as Bonnie. They don't even fucking know it. And if you told them, they'd
Which is
deny
gay.
it. If I open my Instagram now and see one of my exes getting married and I message her husband right now on Instagram saying, she's a hoe, XYZ, he'll defend her. No, she ain't. You're a rapist. Go fucking retard. So most of these women out here are the same shit.
And that's true, y'all. I'm telling y'all, you niggas, I'm going to say this every single stream. In the next 10 years, because a lot of you guys who would probably be watching this stream are going to be in your early 20s. Or maybe not. Who knows? So if you're even in your early 30s watching me, cool. Awesome. I appreciate that support, whether it's on X, YouTube, or whatever. But you need to know the whole facts, bro. Because the likelihood that, especially in today's day and age, you're going to date a girl who's pure and doesn't have a past is so low. So you have to check the whole facts to know for sure. Because you're going to find something you don't like. And I'd much rather you find something you don't like before you marry a girl than after. Because what happens is when you marry the girl and you're not making a ridiculous amount of money, you marry this girl, you're going to find out all the whole facts, and then you're just going to be forced to defend her, to gaslight yourself into saying in a relationship that you're fucking disgusted by because this bitch is actually a hoe and you just married her. So I'm telling you niggas right now, like, check the whole facts before you put a ring on anything. This is why there should always be a vetting process before you deal with any girl seriously, because you have to make sure she's not a thought. Because if you marry her and you commit to her when she's actually a thought, you're going to gaslight yourself into staying in the relationship, and I'm going to fucking make fun of you for it. So, yeah. Not that you care what I think, but I'm going to make fun of you for it if I find out, so.
Anyway, I absolutely love people. You know what I love? Rob, karmic retribution. I love, you know, when you see a man play with fire, then he gets burnt, and you're like, shouldn't have been playing with fire. I love it. We said women, let them do whatever they want. I was sitting there years ago saying, no, guys, no, we need to have children. I tried my best. They tried to put me in jail. Did women?
And then years ago, I was like hearing this. I'm like, that makes sense because these bitches are doing dumb shit. But anyway,
try and put me in jail? Well, yes, but who really tried to put me in jail? Men. Men tried to put me in jail. It's a male judge, male police officers dragging me in and out the cell, men locking me in the room, men defending these women who lie. Men want me in jail for trying to protect society.
Shows how emasculated
this is the world they wanted. I hope we have more Bonnie Blues. I hope every woman just fucks everything, and I hope all of society burns.
It's funny though, because it's already happening. Like, that's what's already going on. She's just one of the better ones out of it. Like, she's just one of the better ones who's monetized it very, very well. But that's where we are anymore. Like, girls are not getting married in their early 20s anymore. So what the fuck is this bitch doing for the next 10 years? Because you don't understand, guys. These bitches get horny too. I'm gonna tell you right now, like, these bitches get horny. They're fucking somebody. Girls have an itch, bruh. It's not as aggressive as ours is, obviously, because we're men. We're literally designed to fucking repopulate the planet the minute we need to. But for them, they still get horny. So what he's even describing is already here. There's Bonnie Blues running around everywhere. You just don't know because they don't monetize it or make money from it, which is so fucking stupid that they're fucking all these guys and not at least making money from it. Because I agree with Tate here in the sense of, like, at least Bonnie Blues making a shit ton of bread out of doing this dumb shit. Obviously, it's deplorable. Obviously, it'd be better for her to just have been married at 22 or 18 or whatever and have kids and be raising them. Right? But we have given women this opportunity. She's doing it the best, while 90% of the other women are doing it horribly because they're not even getting paid to be hoes. Just being hoes for no reason, lowering their value for no reason, not even making money from it. Because at least if they made money for it, you know, they could pay and then help their, you know what I'm saying, their family out at least, which I bet Bonnie Blue and a lot of these other OnlyFans chicks that are like, or the top percent of OnlyFans chicks that are making money, at least they help their family out. But like, you other bitches are just hoes for no reason. You're not even getting anything out of it. So it's funny that way.
I've given up.
Yeah.
This is what they wanted. So let's give them what they wanted. Do it.
How would God judge Bonnie Blue?
Well,
If God existed.
arguing about God and whether he exists or not is a completely different topic. But, I mean, the holy books have a whole bunch of...
Truth is, though, because I'm a Christian person, but the truth is, God is judging us all. And I would almost argue that God is actually judging the men that allowed us to create a society where Bonnie Blue can even do something like this. Because it's even in the Bible itself that men are supposed to lead women. So the fact that we're letting women lead their own lives and do this deplorable shit is actually a sin on us. So God wouldn't even be looking at Bonnie Blue. He'd be looking at us and being like, what are you niggas doing? And this is actually a criticism I'll give of Christianity real quick too. Because, bruh, this is why I can't fuck with the conservatives nowadays, bro. I'm telling you, and I'll explain to you niggas why. Because traditional conservatism, at least from the social media standpoint, is fucking dead. It's deplorable. It's horrible. Because the problem with these dumb conservatives, right, or that really pisses me off about them, is that they try to preach traditional values and hold niggas to traditional values when we're in a situation when they have personally allowed those traditional values to get eroded. And they get mad at the niggas, right, who are trying to be hardliners against the bullshit we're dealing with now, right? There was one time where Myron Gaines said one time that he believes that a lot of men, like, before they decide to get married, they should sleep with at least 50 women. There was other statistics he gave, but that was a controversial one that he gave. He said men should sleep with 50 women before they decide to get married, which makes sense in the current situation we're in right now. Like, we're not in a situation where back then where you were 18, your wife was 18, you guys got married, the whole family was involved. It was a really big, cultural, religious thing around the whole marriage. Like, there was a whole setup, a whole structure behind it, right? So it made sense. Everything worked. But now we're in a free for all now. Ain't no more religion being involved in this dating. Dating is just niggas come in and just do whatever they want. So yes, it actually makes sense to say, no, you need to sleep with 50 girls so you can make sure you select a girl very well, right? And you're sexually adept because it matters now. Because these women are actually expecting you to be sexually experienced. I'm gonna be real with y'all. That's what we get with the free for all, guys. Understand? When we have this free for all, the cream of the crop, right, is what's gonna rise to the top when it comes to dealing with chicks. That's what happens. Because it's not about tradition anymore. It's about your value as a man that you provide to the relationship. And you being able to lay pipe really well is super important now. I'm being real with y'all. It's super important for niggas to be able to lay pipe now because we created the free for all. There's no more religion involved. So it's only if you can please this woman's desires to the highest degree that you're going to be able to have a stable relationship. I'm gonna be honest. Like, that's the situation we're in. So a lot of these dumbass conservatives that have no fucking clue what's going on and just continue to try to preach these traditional values when it comes to relationships will be like, that's wrong, that's degenerate, that's whatever. But when you look at the GOP, when you look at the Republican Party, they allow gay niggas to have positions to speak. They allow reform thoughts like Nala Ray to have positions to speak. So do you see the situation we're in? It be the same niggas that are criticizing Myron for saying that men should sleep with 50 women in order to make sure they can have a stable relationship. That will be okay to allow gay niggas to have opinions on conservative issues. That will allow reform thoughts to have positions of leadership in conservative conversations. Like, what the fuck? It's because of you dumbasses who claim to want to protect traditional values, who really just eroded it all by accepting degenerate behavior. And now you niggas want to turn around and criticize niggas for telling people to adapt to the situation. Because modern Christians have already given up. They've already fucked up. They've already given away all power. And the real niggas who are trying to bring all that shit back and are like, no, niggas have to be real again. Niggas have to be masculine again because it's the only way we can go back to those traditional values. We need demons again. We need manipulators again. We need ridiculously powerful men again. You need to be capable. You need to make money. You need to be able to lay pipe well. You need to be a perfect catch now in order to get the bitches back in line because the women have no more leaders anymore. So it's only the best tier men that can change them again. It's only if we have all the men become more masculine and powerful again, everybody gets changed again. Understand? But these conservative niggas are like, no, still act like it's the fucking 1950s. Still act like dating is the same as it was 50 years ago when your whole entire family was involved and Christianity played a big role into your relationship. And she was 18, she was a virgin, and you were 18. You guys got married and everything was great. They're saying act the exact same way. And that's not the fucking situation we're in anymore. That's why current conservatism is fucking dead, right? You can't call conservatism. We need, like, the GOP in itself is dead. The Republican Party is just dead. Super liberal, super progressive. I would argue that the current conservative Republican Party is woke as fuck. Because these niggas don't say the real shit. These niggas don't keep it real. There was a time when we fucking hated gay niggas. There was a time when if you were gay, it was super deplorable. They're like, you're gay? Get the fuck out this church. Now, every single time I drive the street past the fucking church, I'm seeing a fucking pride flag, a trans flag, saying everyone is included. What the fuck? What happened to the conservatism? We got churches pushing progressive values now. And then we got conservatives on fucking X telling other niggas, oh, just, you could just date any girl. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have sex till marriage. It's fine. The women are exactly how they were 50 years ago, even though they're fucking not. And they're flying to Dubai and getting plowed out. But I digress with this. I'm just saying this all to say that, like, current conservatism is dead. You need to be a real nigga now. The only way things are going to be better is if we have more real niggas. We have more killers. We have more manipulators. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless we got more of that shit, like, we're actually cooked. To be real. Like, to really to really lay it down for you niggas, that's like the situation we're in. Current conservatism is dead. So, real niggas know.
Lessons to be learned. And I would argue that one of the primary objectives of religion, all religions, since the dawn of time, has been trying to protect society from female sexuality, because female sexuality is unchecked, unlike male sexuality. Female sexuality, if it goes unchecked, results in some degree of chaos. All religions are
Translation, as I was saying before, God would just be mad at the men. God isn't worried about what women do. God is worried about what men are doing. Because the women's behavior is a reflection of the men who lead them. So
telling women not to be overly sexual for a reason, because they know how society ends. That's why I said earlier we're in the end times. So how would God judge Bonnie? I don't know. Would he judge her, or would he judge the society which created her? I'm not sure. But a society of absolute promiscuity leads to a whole bunch of problems that come later down the line, because men lose vested interest in the society with the promiscuity. If there's a kid that exists, and I'm sure he's mine, I have a vested interest. But if that woman's promiscuous and I'm not 100% sure that child is mine or not, then I have a less of a vested interest. And yeah, there's DNA tests and there's certain things, but before modern science, there was none of that. The only thing that gave me a vested interest in the child or the woman was the fact that my paternity was secured and it was guaranteed, and it was guaranteed through sexual exclusivity, which is
on top of the fact that nobody wants to do that lame shit. Like the fact I'd actually have to go be checked. I'm not saying niggas shouldn't do it. I think it's important. Like I think it's a part of the game now that you check. If I'm gonna keep it an absolute stack, I think it's part of the game. But the fact that niggas even have to do that shows the state that we're in. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy.
Why we've tried very hard to counter promiscuity for so long, because men lose all interest in family, by extension, all interest in society, when we do not have guaranteed paternity. But once again, who am I to tell society how to be? Because every single time I do, men try and put me in jail. You know, the enemy of the world are not women or whores or the good girls or the bad girls, anything. The enemy of the world are the simps. It's simps that did all this shit. It's simpy ass men who listen to women's opinions, who did all of this crap. And here we are. Simps did it. Simps are the most dangerous men on the fucking planet. Simps are going to sit there and
a lot of you niggas have already experienced this. You know, like them funny memes that you niggas be seeing? You know, where it's just like, oh, how my one homie be acting when the hoes come around? Like that shit. But you're thinking about that in like a funny way. You know what I'm saying? You're thinking about it like, in a funny, like, oh, you know, I'm linking with the boys. We invite some hoes over. One of my homies starts acting different type way. But I need you guys to understand this on a societal scale, how bad this is. Now imagine like that on a societal scale. And there's tons of dudes who are like, yeah, let's let women vote. Yeah, let's let women have their own opinions and lead their own lives and make their own money and do all these things. And there's only a few real niggas that are like, hey, this is a bad idea. But everybody else is like, no, this is great. So if a majority of people are like, hey, this is great, let's just let them all do whatever they want. And then all the real niggas are like, and there's only a few of them that are like, hey, this is actually a bad idea. Well, what happens? Your society is just going to get destroyed. And of the small minority of guys who are like, hey, this is a bad idea, you just attack them. Because it's like, it's almost like a majority rule here. A majority of niggas are simps. There's only a small amount of men who are not simps that are like, hey, this is a bad idea to let women do whatever they want. So this majority of men are just going to be like, well, fuck these dudes. Let's just do whatever we want. And if he speaks out or if anybody says anything critical, we just put them in jail or prosecute them or say that they're evil or crazy or whatever. So that's where we're at, guys. That's where we're at,
like
bro.
What I said earlier, if I message one of the guys who's marrying one of my exes now, he's going to simp over her, tell her how much he loves her, and pretend I'm the bad guy for doing what?
This is also why understanding female nature from an extremely young age or as soon as possible is so important. Because if you're not really red-pilled on women, it's so hard to be red-pilled on everything else. Right? It's just hard if you don't accept raw truths about female nature, which I hope to explain a lot more to you guys as I stream more and make more content. But the point is, like, if you don't really deeply understand how women move, it causes a lot of problems in your life naturally. Because to be real, once you understand how women move, politics becomes very clear to you. Right. At least that's what made it very clear to me, because I wasn't even like really into politics like that till maybe, I don't know, maybe a year ago or just this recent election. Like I didn't even really care. 2020, I didn't care. Then I started caring more. Like that's just what happens. Like the more you understand women or the more you understand female nature, you just start looking at politics and start seeing like, oh, this makes sense why this is this way. Right. Anyway.
What? Sleeping with his wife when she wanted it? Simps are the enemy of the society, and simps have built all of this shit.
And a lot of them simps, I guess, are going to sleep with Bonnie, aren't they?
Well, they're all in love with her, and I don't blame them because they're fucking losers. No disrespect.
No, yeah, so I don't find him as losers. Like, before I did judge him, like, before I spent hours and hours chatting to him.
This is Kat, by the way. She does see them as losers. She would never take any of these guys seriously ever. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, she's making a fuck ton of bread. Like, because what Bonnie's doing is still sex work. So even if she's sleeping with a simp, she's making money out of it. Would she be sleeping with all these niggas for free? Obviously not. Maybe it could be argued, well, I mean, it's just unrealistic to do something on this scale for free. You would kind of need money to support something like this, which is true. But like, still, no, this is cap. Women have no respect for simps, bro. It literally is a huge turnoff for them. It's like a crazy turnoff. They hate simps so much.
Stuff. I think that's weird, or why have they requested that? But you know what? I'm saying not
So you used to judge the men you slept with.
until I actually educated myself on it. Yeah, and that's like most things. You judge things until you educate yourself.
And what have you learned about men sleeping with thousands of them?
That a lot of the time it's the women's fault. It's the women's fault. Is why they're in my queue. If they just sucked them off that day, the balls would have been drained, and they wouldn't have come and given me a facial. The balls wasn't drained, therefore they was in my queue. And a lot of these men, it's not because they don't love their family, they don't love their wife and their kids. That's one thing. Having sex is separate.
True.
And also a lot of these men, it's just sex to them.
True.
They're not asking for an emotional connection. And a lot of them sometimes just feel lonely because the world lets them down in loads of ways. They're made to work. They're made to provide. They're made to look after the kids, still empty the dishes. Like,
And this is what I'm saying. This is what I was saying before. Understanding human nature is so important for this reason. So you don't put yourself in precarious situations by not understanding women. And she is 100% right about all this, to be honest. Like, it's true. But I will say still, I'm still standing on the fact that, does she have respect for these guys? No, women don't have respect for emotional men. Women actually hate men with problems. Women love when you don't have problems. If you actually want to, quick game tip here, y'all. If you guys want to speed run the end of your relationship, if you want to make a relationship that you have with any woman and ridiculously fast, like you're just like, yup, I'm fucking done with this chick. If you want to end a relationship really fast, is what you do. You tell her about your problems. You start to speak to her about your feelings. If you want a relationship to be speed run to its end, if you want to break up with a girl ridiculously fast, just start telling her about your problems. Start coming to her every single day and tell her, like, babe, I don't know, man. Like, I'm going through this right now. This is really hurting me. This is really tough. And I don't know how I feel about this, and yada, yada, yada. You just start opening up to her about all this stuff. And don't just do this once, or don't just do this twice. You keep doing this. You keep opening up and being like, blah, 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 blah. I'm telling you, she might be holding you and hugging you and saying it's okay. But all of a sudden, and maybe y'all niggas have already experienced what I'm saying right now. All of a sudden, you're going to see her start becoming more distant. You know what I'm saying? She's going to start, like, getting annoyed by little shit you do now. She's just going to start picking fights with you for no fucking reason out of nowhere. You're going to be sitting there like, why is she attacking me, especially in this time when I've been sharing my feelings with her? Like, why is she attacking me even though I'm being emotional with her and telling her about my problems and my feelings and whatever? Like, now she's just like being kind of distant. She doesn't really want to go anywhere with me. She's picking fights with me for no reason. She's answering my text later and later and later. Now she's taking her phone and she's putting it the other way. What's going on? Well, you were emotional. And women have a natural disgust for weakness in men. Women have a natural disgust for men with problems. And this is baked into their biology, guys. Right? They only get a hard on it. They only get horny for strong men with no problems. Emotionally unavailable men, meaning men who are strong and don't. It doesn't seem like they have problems. They're super. When you're super nigga 2, bro. When you power up to super nigga 2, you have no problems. Women love that shit. They'll say open up because they're stupid and they don't understand what they really like. So they'll convince you. They'll lie to you. This is why Eve ate the fucking apple, y'all. They'll convince you and they'll lie to you. Hey, nah, open up to me. Tell me about your feelings and what you're going through and whatever. All of a sudden, she's fucking a new dude. And you sitting there and be like, how could this happen? Because women just don't like weak men, y'all. Women just don't like men that are emotional. You don't believe me? Try this out. Go be emotional with your girl. See how quick that, and go hard with it too, y'all. I'm telling you, go out of your way. Cry. Oh, if you want to guarantee it happens really fast, cry in front of her. Multiple times. Cooked. Over with, bruh. End it as fast as possible. So women have no respect for you if you're highly emotional. They will end the relationship, I promise you. So just keep that in mind. Just seriously keep that in mind. She wants you stoic, y'all. I'm gonna be real. She desperately wants you stoic.
Made to do so much and they feel lonely. They can't go and say to their wife, you know what, work was hard today. She'll bite back and say, oh, the kids kept me up, this happened, and they dropped
She's not even gonna say that. She's just gonna start fucking a new dude eventually.
the yogurt on the floor. They've always got something to complain about, whereas I'm not that. I'm not like every other woman. They get to come to me and I'll listen to them and I will cater to their fetish. As long as it's within my boundaries, I will do that for them. Because I'm like, I want to do that. I want to help you. I want to make your day a bit better because your wife isn't doing that. So I want to do that. So I don't find them weird. Like before, some of their requests, I'd be thinking, fuck me, where did you think of that? That's a bit weird, or that's odd. How are you getting off to that? And I thought, you know what, I'm not going to judge them. I don't know what they're going through to a certain degree. If I can make their day a bit better, I wanted to do that because I'm a good person.
Would you not say, though, Andrew, that's a weak man that's going to Bonnie?
I think men take what they can get. And I think that it is the masculine imperative to take what they can get. Like, once again, I try not to be a hypocrite. I try very hard to be very fair with all of my views. So let me answer myself.
True.
If I was walking down the street and a beautiful woman come up to me and said, get me pregnant, no strings attached, I'd be like, all right, safe. I'll take it.
Which is fair. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Are you really a sane man if you're saying no to that kind of deal? To be real, right? Obviously, like in that particular context, obviously, if maybe the way the circumstances look, it seems a little bit sus. You wouldn't want to fucking do it, sure, but like, I mean, if everything seemed very, very clean, right, and she was pretty bad, she was your type, everything you wanted her to look like. She's like, just get me pregnant. And there was no strings attached. You didn't have to pay for the baby and whatever. You know what I'm saying? There was no laws behind it. Any man filled with testosterone would be like, fucking fuck yeah. Like, great. It sounds literally awesome. Come on now.
Why not? I take what you can get, right? The men who are going to Bonnie perhaps do not have the options I have. But then, like me, if I go to Saint-Tropez, Monaco, Dubai, the most beautiful women in the world are begging for me all day, every day. When I go to Dubai, all the women that you men are Instagramming, and she's ignoring you, is chasing me.
Which you niggas shouldn't. This is why you should be focusing on being a fucking winner. Because being a winner is the most fulfilling thing you could ever do in your life. Right? I think this is also one thing that I said last year too. Women are only fun to be around once you're already a winner. Because once you're a winner, you don't care about women because you're a winner. Because when you're a winner, all women want you. And then when all women want you, you end up not caring about them. Tate has even described this himself. He's like, or when he was describing earlier in the podcast, he was explaining how like I would invite bad bitches to a yacht and I don't even really want to fuck them. Because that's just kind of what happens when you're very successful and you've achieved a lot in your life. You have so much abundance of something that naturally it loses value in your eyes, right? Things only have a lot of value in your eyes right now because you don't have it. Flying private only has a lot of value in your eyes right now because you can't just fly private all the time. Driving a Lamborghini only seems valuable in your eyes right now because you can't drive a Lamborghini all the fucking time. Fucking bad bitches only seems very valuable in your eyes right now because you can't have access to that right now because you're not successful enough for it. Right? But the more successful you become, the more you have access to all these things. And by extension, the less valuable these things become in your mind. And that's the best way to deal with chicks. The best way to deal with chicks is when you don't give a fuck about them. That is the literal best way to ever deal with women ever. That is like, if I wanted to describe the most peak way to deal with women in any context, it would be when you do not give a flying fuck about them. Because you're that massive of a winner in your life. When you're an absolute victor in your life and you're winning on all realms in your life as a man, when you become very skilled, capable, and important and articulate and smart and funny and charismatic and in shape, like it's just like so many women want you that you just don't care. And it's great. It's a great feeling, honestly, that you can just have the pick of the litter and you don't have to worry about it or think about it. But the worst position to be in is when you want chicks, when you have nothing, when you're not a victor, when you're not a winner, when you're not achieving amazing things in your life. Wanting chicks then is the worst possible, right? Because not only can they smell your desperation, but then as he's describing here, you're getting left on red by a bitch that isn't even worth anything. That's all she is aesthetics. Once you sleep with her, you realize, damn, this bitch is fucking stupid and boring and annoying to be around. But you don't know that because you're too busy getting left on scene. in her DMs because you're not important and you're not a victor. Being a winner matters more than everything. Your goals will fulfill you more than anything, right? And your goals will also give you women that you don't even end up caring about because you're such a big winner that all the women want you anyway. And that is the most ideal position to be in. So, yeah. All right. So we'll keep cooking for about, like, I'll say 6 minutes here. We'll keep cooking. I monologued a lot more here, or at least in this stream, just because I think it's important. And also because I came late. So I was like itching to cook.
because I've got the money and the status, which is what they want. But then I'm ignoring them because I can't be asked with the rape charge. So it's the circle
Well, I mean that too, also the rape shit. Yeah. But I mean, even generally, you kind of couldn't be asked to when there's just so many of them.
of life. Do I blame men for taking what they can get? No. If there's a group of men around and there's a whole bunch of jizz, they should be too straight to pull that off. But one-on-one, if they can handle the time vortex, if they can get, a calculator and work it out, it is what it is. Sex used to result in children. That was the point of sex. And now we have the capability of having sex without children, which is a relatively new experiment. And this also happens with homosexuality, with gay people, why they keep doing more and more deprived things, because sex gets boring after a while. It's like drugs, right? You take a little bit and then you need more and you need more for more excitement all of the time.
Facts. Big
So
facts.
where the whole ends, I don't know. Maybe a lot of this is down to porn addictions or those kind of things. I'll be here and I'll state completely honestly, and I say this before God and before the cameras, I don't watch porn. I haven't watched a porn clip in
If
20.
Because you don't need to. And I'll actually give a controversial take here. And actually, you know what? That's literally perfect. Let me actually shout out a video I literally just made today on my YouTube talking about this. That was a perfect thing that he, perfect timing for him to mention that. Perfect timing. So I literally just released a YouTube video talking about lust, right? And I know you might hear that and say, like, well, what does that have to do with what Tate just said? Well, it's more that the understanding why beating your meat is actually important. And I know you guys might think to yourself, oh my God, Ali, what the fuck? You're promoting degeneracy, but you got to hear a nigga out, right? So hold on, let me share my screen on this one, just so you guys can see it. Just so you niggas can see it and understand what I'm saying here. Hopefully my shit is not lagging. So remember, I open another tab, I should be like, but yep, I just literally released a video about why meat beating is a must while you're building up your success. Tate here is saying that, oh, he doesn't watch porn. Well, Tate, you don't need to watch porn. You can just fuck bitches. So there's no need. And you can do it with low effort because they're already high interest into you because you're already important and famous. Whereas for you, right, you're on the come up. You're going to become successful, but you need your time, effort, and energy and money to be able to do that. So if you're out here chasing hoes, you don't have the time and energy to do that, right? You have to improvise and take care of your lust in a structured, controlled way while you're trying to win. Because lust isn't a bad thing. It's actually a part of you as a man, right? Your lust is natural. That's why we have 8.2 billion people on the planet, because men like to fuck. That's the truth. It's not a bad thing. And I know a lot of my religious guys who are watching this right now on stream might be thinking to themselves, Ali, what the fuck? No, God said lust is bad. We shouldn't be lustful. But I'm going to be real with y'all because I have to be like, it's still going to be a part of you. And demonizing lust or demonizing your need to procreate is only going to make your life way harder. Whereas if you just accept the fact that, hey, this is a part of me. This is a part of what it means to be a man. This is what testosterone does to you. It just makes you want to fuck. And I promise you, if you're in the gym a fucking lot, you're going to really be feeling this shit. So with that being said, you just need to structure the meat beating into your life in a way that allows you to continue to work on your goals without getting distracted by said lust. Because if you try to ignore it, it's going to become a problem for you. And if you're like, no, I'm addicted to it. No, you're not. You just are not filling up all your time with productive things to do. You have way too much time on your hands, and that's why you beat your dick so much. Not because you're actually addicted to porn or whatever. No, you're really beating your dick because you don't have anything else to do. Because I promise you, the more productive you become per day, the more things that you have to do per day, the less time you even have to be lustful and express your need to beat your dick or whatever. But I promise you, on the come up, beating your dick and watching porn is integral because it saves a lot of time and a lot of money that you waste on chasing hoes. And chasing hoes is an absolute waste of your time. Hanging around women in general is a waste of your time. Hanging around women usually makes you dumber, broker, and it's honestly just quite frankly risky. If you're hanging around with a woman that you're not sleeping with too, oh God forbid you have female friends. But if you're hanging around a woman that you're not even sleeping with, stupid. Because there could be a situation where some dude pops out at y'all and tries to attack y'all, and who's gonna have to die protecting this woman? Your dumbass. And you didn't even get kids out of her. Because at least when you're dealing with a girl that you're sleeping with, it's for the potential of children. She's giving you the blessing of children. That's why you're giving her your time and attention. So it's worth it. It's worth dying for her. You're willing to give up your life because she's going to give you a life. Makes sense? But if you're friends with a bitch that you're not sleeping with, that means there's no potential for children. So you're just going to get ready to give up your life for no reason. While she's going to go sleeping with another dude and have his kids. Or sleep with another dude and then have his kids. Stupid, right? So don't do that. But yeah, definitely check out this video I just dropped on YouTube about lust. Like, so you really understand that it's not a bad thing, and actually working with it helps you out a lot more in the long term. And in fact, it's actually even a great place to stop. So yes, check out the YouTube. Please do. You know what I'm saying? I think this will definitely help you niggas out a lot, bro. Oh, also the stream looking clean on YouTube. So it says, okay, yeah, live from Rumble Studio. So that looks smooth as well. And all the other shit I post on YouTube. Just check that shit out, man. Gotta build the fam, bro. So actually, let me shout out my other shit too. We do X too. Before we hop out here. I'll hop out. X2, which we are live on right fucking now. We got 43 of you niggas in here. Appreciate y'all niggas on X. Make sure to follow me on X. And of course, like the fucking video. Like all my shit, because this helps it to get out to more guys so they can learn from your boy and get smarter and become more capable and achieve more of your goals. Right? Trying to go harder on X too, because it's just fun to yap on X. It's just absolute theater because everybody's super angry and stupid on X. So it's fun to just talk shit on here. And of course say important stuff here, because obviously we're both education and entertainment, because what would life be without learning and fun at the same time? You know what I'm saying? So just follow your boy in the X. You know what I'm saying? Do Instagram too. Because, we got to be on all the platforms, bro, to grow. You know what I'm saying? Share that too. And follow the IG. All my other links are on here too. But follow the IG at Ali Arugudade. That's smooth. Be posting a lot on here. This actually has the most posts. I posted nearly 2,000 times on Instagram. Trying to keep growing this motherfucker too. Trying to grow the family here. So definitely go check that out too. And then last but not least, here, we'll shout out to TikTok too. Okay. A second. All right, bada bing, bada pow. Share this. Hopefully my shit is not fucking lagging. I mean, anyway, I'm gonna watch this shit back to see if it's lagging. But yeah, so definitely go check out the TikTok. Even if you don't like fucking TikTok, just get on there and download it just to follow me, because you love your boy and you love the fam, bro. You gotta love your leader, nigga. So I can continue to be your leader. I would lead regardless, but you get the point. You gotta fuck with your boy. So follow up on the TikTok, follow up on the Instagram. Just follow me on all my shit. And if you decide, you know what, fuck you, I don't want to do none of those things. At the very least, if you enjoyed the stream, like the fucking stream. So this gets out to more guys who can get value from it, right? Because I'm trying to make winners out of all y'all and everybody who watches me. I want to win because by me becoming a bigger winner, I can make everybody else a winner because I'm seeing what it takes to become a winner. Understand? I mean, that's pretty much what all my YouTube videos are about. It's about what I'm seeing as I pursue becoming a winner, and I'm just giving it to y'all if it works for y'all, or if it doesn't. I mean, if it doesn't work for you, then you're a retard. Because my shit always fucking works. But still, yeah, just follow with your boy, like the stream, just like all my shit, follow me on all my shit, and yeah, we'll definitely keep cooking with this podcast tomorrow. I don't know about 6 p.m. tomorrow because I actually do something for my mother tomorrow, like 6. So I might stream. I might actually stream before. I might stream before at 5 tomorrow. I'll either stream at like 5 tomorrow, or I'll stream at 8 tomorrow or 9 tomorrow. So either 5 p.m. or 8 p.m. But one of those times I'll definitely stream for an hour. But we'll see what happens though. We'll see what happens. Either way, there's going to be a fucking stream tomorrow. So just be ready for that shit, because, we got to cook every single day so we can build the fam every day. So yeah, with that being said, I will catch you niggas